Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well and hopefully you're having a lovely Sunday. Now this video is going to be focused on two new champions which are going to be entering into the game very soon. Yes, that is right, that is going to be Vision, Aarkus, and it's going to be Black Widow, Voyant. There's a lot of things to explain with this, and you probably know or don't know the whole ins and outs of why these two champions are actually going to be put into the game. Well, Marvel is hitting that 80th birthday milestone, and it is an important point to celebrate this. And what Marvel Contest of Champions, as well as a lot of games are going to do, is they're going to go back in time to some very classic characters, and it's something I personally absolutely love. And also for the collectors amongst you, do think about picking up the Marvel Comics 1000 edition, because this is going to be a pretty cool one-off thing, and will be available on August the 28th. But I digress, let's focus back on Aarkus and Voyant and give you the rundown of their abilities and as well a little bit of comic book history, just to put you a bit more informed, because I know some people are a bit unsure about these two. Aarkus, who was the first character to be given the name of the Vision, or Vision, was a keeper of law on Smoke World and was responsible for capturing the criminal who committed the first murder on Smoke World in centuries. The Vision, assisted by the Lawgiver, was looking for a suitable place of banishment for the murderer when he lucked into contact with an Earth scientist by the name of Markham Erickson. Erickson had pierced the spatial dimensional barriers and asked the Vision to come to Earth to act as a super-powered guardian over humanity. Much of the timeline for the Vision puts him into the 1940s, and I do think this was a good time. There's a lot of stuff going on with World War II, Namor, as well as the Invaders, lots of really cool things. Vision at the time when he does come to Earth has this vibe of I want to be a crime fighter, and it sits really well with obviously his previous background on Smoke World being a crime fighter per se, but obviously being on this planet, planet Earth 616, he really gets inspired to continue that crime fighting aspect. The Vision had a lot of solo adventures on Earth, fighting foes ranging from paranormal, the average criminal, right the way through to Nazis and the Imperial Japanese, which again is so cool to tie into some real world events. A lot of Aarkus's interaction as well, his activity, does seem very much centric to the Invaders, World War II, some stuff after it including Hydra and the Red Skull, but mainly it's all to do with the Invaders, some stuff with the Avengers, the New Avengers, Mighty Avengers, but there's not really anything modern day, and I think that's really to kind of avoid those coincidences that we've got the Vision, and the Vision obviously by the means of Ultron, rather than this version of the Vision which is Aarkus and has a very different cosmic based history to him. Now I know just recently we've seen Mysterio be put into the game, and the idea of vapor, gas control, smoke, those kind of things seem to be very same-ish, but it is kind of good that Kabam do this. Maybe it will be similar in certain animations, but I would like to see this kind of smoke, vapor, gas control based on Smoke World being his home planet, actually tying into a lot of stuff that you see in a lot of the visuals and animations. As well, it'd be amazing to see things like teleportation. We've got bamfing, we've seen invading, and yeah, to a degree we've seen aspects of teleportation with other characters, but seeing this with this character would be brilliant. I don't know how deep it really runs to do intake immunity. I don't think that would be something that would factor in too much, but the idea of matter state manipulation, could it see something that, well, there's some sort of conversion similar to a character like Ghost, where there's something to do with like phasing, matter, you know, stuff where we could do conversion. I don't know, but I could be quite excited by that. But also we like to see something like indestructible with this superhuman durability. Will this be a cool tie-in? I'd love to see this. What about instant cryokinesis? The idea that maybe we could have the champion freezing something down so that it slowly dies and withers. Maybe that would be something like a weakness thing that will be seen as a kind of a debuff to you as the player. That would be a good touch, but I don't know if it will be in. Or will Kabam go down the route of doing astral/mental form? Will this see something similar to like Doctor Strange? Will this see something where his immortality is put in? I really don't know. Just before I go into something about Black Widow, aka Voyant, there's something that is on Marvel fandom that I just want to read out, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. So during World War II, many superheroes were drafted into the military in order to boost support in the United States entry into the war. The military hired Timely Comics to create comic books based on these heroes as propaganda to gain support in the war. Many of these stories were works of fiction that were based on true events. The Black Widow was one of those many heroes, while the full truth of many of her exploits were unknown. All of the appearances of Black Widow are listed below. False exploits are identified as they can be determined. And there's a false origin and a true origin. And let's just read out these origins here. In the 1940s, Clairvoyant, a small-time medium, was contacted during a seance by a demon calling himself Satan to help him harvest corrupt souls before they could repent. Satan prompted her to place a curse upon her current clients, Mrs. Wagler, and her adult children, Patricia and James, then manipulated the hapless victims into a car crash that was intended to kill all three of them. James survived, however, and killed Voyant in revenge. After her death, Satan brought her body to his realm and revived her as a supernatural power operative, the Black Widow. She was to perform as his personal assassin, killing evil mortals as that he could draw strength from their souls. As an incentive, she was allowed to kill James Wagler and her first targets. That's the false origin. And now it's time for the true origin. So not much is known about the past of Clairvoyant. In 1928, her sister Debbie invited her to come up to live in Los Angeles. Taking her up on the offer, Claire met Debbie's boyfriend, a connected man called Lester Maddox. She first met Maddox at a speakeasy and instantly took a disliking to the man due to his drinking and offering Claire to participate in a threesome with him and Debbie. What a lovely, charming gentleman he is. And basically the continuation of this story is that for some reason Debbie ends up dead one day. Obviously Claire's in immense mourning, her sister's dead, and it's incredibly upsetting. A demonic power comes along. He offers Claire the power to get revenge against Debbie's killer, and in exchange she would vow to be his servant to eliminate those who had cheated him. Obviously, as for her first act as Black Widow was tracking down Lester Maddox and killing him for murdering Debbie. And then it goes to a similar situation with Aarkus in 1945, and obviously associations with World War II. I think this may be the character that interests me the most, and I'll kind of like explain why. And that is because this is going to be a mystic character. It's going to be very powerful, especially if you think about the idea of demonic characteristics, like first of all, demonic physique. As the Black Widow, Clairvoyant, is a raised demon, a soul granted a diabolical body in order to do her master's sinister work. Her demonic form is immune to the effects of most ordinary weapons. Well, that could be helpful, but I don't think it establishes something in game. Fire generation. The Black Widow can spontaneously generate fire from her body. I mean, it's terrible to spontaneously combust, yes, but that could be quite helpful, especially some incinerate damage, maybe, don't know. We're talking about something. Dimensional aperture. The Black Widow has demonstrated the ability to travel to and from earthly plane from hell under her own power. So she's going to be incredibly powerful. I think in kind of comparison, she'll be a little bit more powerful than Aarkus. But you know, I've been looking around for a powerful mystic for a long time, and this could be it. This could be that kind of, okay, so we don't need to talk about Scarlet Witch anymore being a 5-star. Instead, we've got a character like Black Widow Clairvoyant. Healing power, this is what I'm talking about, regeneration. In at least once instance, the Black Widow will show the ability to heal others when she used her powers to restore the recently amputated leg of a young boy. I mean, obviously that's a lovely thing. But the fact is, will that be something that she will possess for herself? And if she had regeneration abilities for herself and using it on herself, that would be amazing, and I'd really look forward to that. And then finally, occult lore. As a former mystic and diabolical being, the Black Widow likely has a greater knowledge of occult matters than most mere mortals. And this would be cool. But I think with a lot of mystical based characters, it's all about those debuff effects. So will we see some more aspects of debuff effects from this? Some kind of demonic based debuff possibly? But definitely on the power index, it looks like they kind of rate Aarkus as being more powerful than Clairvoyant. However, I feel that we need a badass female in game, and we haven't had one recently. So I think this is the time to have something in, and I really think and hope that Clairvoyant will be a very powerful new character put into the game. But yes, what are your thoughts? Have them in the comment section down below. It'll be interesting to see who you think is going to be the more powerful, Aarkus or Clairvoyant. And are you excited to celebrate 80 years of Marvel? Do bear in mind as well, catch some other content that's located in this box over here, and as well hit the subscribe button, not just to this channel but also my second channel down below. I'll be posting some new stuff on there very soon, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.